Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what a weekend that passed. Oh my goodness. First off, welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I am one of your hosts as always, Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by the very famous and funny and talented Mr. Tarik Lewis. Tarik, what's
Tarik
going
Lewis,
on?
First of his name.
That's right.
ruler of the ruler of the delegation and second men.
Hopefully we'll be joined by Joey Franchise. You know, he operates, of course, like last week on his own timetable. So, you know.
When you're the franchise, you do what you want.
It's
I'm
all
not here
good.
to question it.
It's all good. We love you. We love you, Joey, okay?
I mean, we are not
with you.
being paid.
That's true. We just want to put that out there,
Yeah,
right?
franchise is about his money.
Oh man, what a weekend, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We're still gonna do this in two parts.
I don't know.
Let's see how fast we can get done with Avengers, and then we'll talk about a little bit of Game of Thrones, probably another episode, or maybe the second half of this. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Man, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, that happened.
That happened. And wow, I mean, I like to just put it out there that I don't think there's any sci-fi genre franchise that has done what Marvel has done.
You're about to say something crazy.
No. I just want to put that out there. I just think like they're like the gold star of the sci-fi brands, you know, fantasy.
If you say
comic book brand,
I'm with you, but Star Wars is pretty.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Star Wars is pretty up there.
I would say, you know, like maybe like last week, you know, I would say, yeah, you know, Star Wars, you know, that's the gold standard. You know what I mean? Man, well, it's technically all associated, right? Marvel, Disney, and
now,
Star Wars.
It
Now,
didn't start off that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I have my problems with Avengers Endgame, which
Okay.
I'll share later.
Okay.
First, warning to everybody who's watching this podcast before we get deep into Avengers Endgame, we are going to spoil some
this
stuff.
will be spoilers.
So, you know, I don't want no hate comments and, you know, no death threats because, you know, we respond in kind, okay?
Yeah. So let's just be clear what
we
happened.
gangster in this,
Let's get
in
one
this
big spoiler
podcast,
out of
right?
the way. Marty goes back.
They do have those Back to Future moments in
Marty goes to the future, and then he has to go back to the 50s to correct the timeline because in 85, Biff has taken the almanac. So just so y'all, let's just get that out of the way. I don't want anybody to be confused.
Oh man, so give me how you feel about Avengers Endgame. So you sat through
I give it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10?
It's
4 out of 10.
It was almost as good as Thor 2. But I found I found it lacking. No,
seriously, come on.
So
Terry.
listen. It was really good. It was not better than Infinity War. Not their best film. And I know some people were like, it was so epic, which I can't stand that word because I can make anything epic. Someone made a great. They were saying this is they were talking about Game of Thrones when they said this, but this is like Return of the King. This is all culmination. All these characters you're familiar with.
You know, it's like Return of the Jedi. You know, I mean, it was good.
This is Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it was solid. Wrapped up the story.
Yeah,
and
this is what I said at the end. I said, this is Return of the Jedi. Infinity War was Empire Strikes Back.
Fair enough.
And Avengers was, the original Star Wars.
Fair enough.
It was really good. I would give it a 9.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe 8.5, but probably a 9. I don't think there's anything else they could have done. You know, like it's a lot of fan service. I'm not big into fan service. I'm big into
fair enough.
Don't give me what I expect.
Don't cheese it up.
Like just because I want to see something, don't give it to me.
Right.
Like do something different. They did some things different.
Yeah, they did.
They did some things different, and I give them a lot of credit for that. So I would give it a 9 out of 10, but I think I had it ranked number 6.
That's a solid rate. I take that to the bank any day.
Yeah. I think I had it ranked number 6 out of my Marvel just Marvel films.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, I think
it has a 730 credit score. You know what I mean? Like
it's making money, right?
Yeah.
It's already broke $1 billion this opening weekend.
Oh man, yeah.
Billion as in B is a big double B.
Yeah, it's gonna do like $3 billion, I think, probably.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's like insane. insanity.
And the delegation is a little upset that it's going to outsell Black Panther, but we knew. We knew. Delegation
But
had a meeting
he's
earlier.
associated with it.
He's
So
part- he's
does
in
he take
there.
that W though?
He's
Does
in
he
there.
associate it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
M'Baku and him and sure, he
that's
takes
like
some of that.
that's like part of the dream team.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and
you still get the championship
Iron Man,
ring.
War Machine.
Yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah,
you know,
there you go.
they're
No,
all-
there you
yeah.
go.
Several Negroes in this
Yeah.
this closing
Yeah.
film, and I'm pretty sure Thanos is black. I'm not positive.
You know.
I'm not sure they would give him that much power, but he got a ball fade and a and a natural
I don't know how
swag
Josh
to him.
Brolin feels about that, but
Huh?
I don't know how Josh Brolin feels about that.
Josh Brolin is probably very
Josh
happy
Brolin.
to have some diversity in his own genetics.
That's cool.
He kind of looked like Thanos. Kind of looked like the father from Good Times. He looked like any moment he's gonna be like, "Now, JJ, I need the time stone."
Now, in contrast, before we get into spoilers and stuff, we did say who's going to take the most bodies, Night King or Thanos this weekend.
Yeah, it was.
And I mean, we said physically, like them killing main characters.
Yeah.
Physically,
Yeah.
they kind of really both didn't do that.
Well, if we're counting the dragon,
Yeah.
if we're counting the dragon, he did kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
But it's like the minions, like
so if they
or the
if-
circumstances.
If we're talking
killed
about
people.
physically, it's still the Night King. 'Cause I don't think Thanos killed anybody.
No, he took an L. He took a hard L.
Yeah, Thanos did, but the Night King killed Theon.
Yes. All right, there you go. So the Night King won.
Yeah, the Night King
He
won.
won the
Yeah.
main body count.
Yeah.
Main character body count by
Yeah, the Night
one.
King killed
Wow.
Theon. Yeah, he killed Theon and everybody's expectations.
Yeah.
He also destroyed that.
Oh man, so let's get into some spoilers, man. So the opening of the movie, was it all you expected there?
One of the best, at least comic book movie openings
Yeah.
ever.
The Hawkeye family.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you guys, we're getting into spoilers right now,
Yeah.
so this is the time to
I knew that was going to happen.
back up or boot out.
Because, like, it's one of those movies where there's all this speculation. Is he going to be wrong? And when you see him, like,
Right.
in the trailers, like, something happened. So I knew that was going to happen, but it was so dope to see.
Yeah.
It was so great to see. And then, I would say the first 20 minutes were great. First 20 minutes to me were great.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Like I like the whole we'll find him, and they're, oh man, we got an energy signature, and like, oh, we know where he's at now.
yeah.
And they're like, let's go. Rocket's like, I got the ship. Let's ride out.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. Why did Rocket have a ship? Why was his ship there?
I don't know. Because I think they fixed whatever.
They brought
spoiler,
the ship that Tony was in.
Tony was on. They
Yeah.
fixed it.
Yeah.
That was their. I guess that was one of the.
That was Nebula's ship.
Nebula ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course they fixed it.
So I think what this did, one of my big issues with Infinity War was when everybody disappeared.
Right.
I know some people were like heartbroken,
Mhm.
and I was like, I don't care. Like, I know they're coming back. I know some of these people are coming back.
Right.
This movie started off doing what I felt Infinity War should have done at the end. It gave me a sense of despair. It was like, yo, this is really bad. It started off.
Like they should have added this beginning part to the
No,
end of
I'm not
Infinity
saying
War?
that. I think it worked out well.
Okay.
But like, it gave me this sense of despair. Like, it was like, okay,
Like dang,
this is really bad. Yeah, like
huh?
people are like, everyone's gone.
So what was really vicious is like they go, they hit up Thanos over there. He's chilling on the farm, retired from killing half the universe already.
yeah,
And he's even in worse shape than we thought he was gonna be.
yeah,
And it's because he did a double snap. He snapped the Infinity Gems out of existence.
yeah,
So it wouldn't be undone.
yeah.
And
Smart guy.
Thor didn't like that.
Listen, Thor's trying to get his. Thor got beat first fight. He had to rematch. Ended up in a draw. And he's
Yeah.
like, the refs took the draw from me, man.
So
I
he's
got to
like-
get my win. And went out and knocked him out in the third round.
He took that head, man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
He knocked him out in the third round, but it was after the bell.
yeah.
And that was the issue.
He took like a little bit of Game of Thrones viciousness there. He took the head off.
Yeah.
He was
Which
like,
was, great.
he's like, I won't aim for the head. I'll just take the head this time.
Yeah. The most moving thing of the whole film was when it said 5 years later. I was like, what?
Oh, he was like, man, like what do we just do?
Hold
Right?
on.
Yeah. And then the 5 years later happens, and I believe Captain America's like in this therapy set, or he's running this therapy session for people who have survived.
Yeah.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. So my take on the whole this post-apocalyptic part here, 5 years past,
Mhm.
is like the whole planet, as far as Earth is concerned, went to hell in a handbasket. You know, like nobody's going out. Like I think they showed a scene of an empty, so a lot of empty streets and abandoned
I don't
cars
think,
and stuff like
it's
that.
completely, because I'm pretty sure that later on Professor Hulk's in a Jamba Juice.
Yeah.
Getting
So
autographs and stuff.
That was my confusion though. It's like there's like they showed some like things not happening, and then Hulk.
Yeah, no, there's
later on Hulk is chilling at a ice cream parlor, I guess, right?
There's not like
it was Ben and Jerry's, right?
Yeah, if you take a New York City,
Mm-hmm.
right, and you eliminate half the population, you can't fill New York City. So it's going to look a little like, oh, there's nobody there, but there's still people there. Life is still going on.
Right.
It's just half the people are gone.
Right.
So
So, and that's another issue with something that I will get to when we get to the end, hopefully. I know we got to accelerate this show for because Tarik's got things to do.
The explanation of why we had to accelerate, maybe.
I got things to do too.
Yeah.
But so he's at the therapy session. We got Black Widows just trying to still protect the Earth, little Avengers, whoever's left going on. And she's in touch with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get a lot of Captain Marvel in this movie.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get a little bit more of her character or whatever. I guess the Russo brothers were like, we'll just use it.
Yes, because she's not a great character.
And later, more on that later. She's like she's talking to them via satellite, I guess, or radio, and Captain Marvel is just not. She's in other universes trying to help out people, I guess, and stuff like that.
Did you just say radio?
I don't know.
She's in another universe via radio.
Well, it's radio, right?
She's
radio
on a
waves.
CD.
Yeah, she's on a CD.
Captain Marvel checking in here. Big CP number 12 checking in. What?
She's checking in. So they got War Machine, her, and they got the lady from Okoye from Wakanda is checking in as well. I wonder what that reference was to the earthquake under the
ocean.
Under the ocean, huh?
Probably Submariner.
You think so? Everybody's talking about that. So
I don't know. It was just, I think they were. It might have been nothing. It might have just been saying, "Hey, it was an earthquake. What do you want me to do?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I take it as that.
Yeah.
And long story short, they pass a lot of drama and plot building there of the despair and everything that's happened in the aftermath of them not being able to fix anything.
Yeah.
And the hero, the unsung hero of the movie, okay, way before we even get to the end, is the rat.
the rat.
The rat. Ladies and gentlemen, if like I said, the rat is the hero, because if the rat didn't happen, we wouldn't have fixed everything that Thanos did.
I legit looked in theater. I was like, did the rat just really turn that thing on?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I was like,
that's Mickey Mouse, bro. It's Mickey Mouse. Disney coming through.
Right. Okay. Just move past that plot flaw. Right there. Just move past it and go on. Okay, Scott Lang.
Yeah, Scott Lang. He pops out and he's like, man, what? 5 years has passed. It felt like 5 hours to him.
5 hours, he said.
Yeah. So he's like, what the heck is going on? And he goes on like I said, he's on the journey, but he's in a different part. He's in like L.A., right?
I'm not sure where
California, San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
So his experience of him trying to figure out what's going on is very apocalyptic looking too. There's a bunch of cars on the street too and everything.
The neighborhood's a little empty, but
little Walking Dead looking. It was a little Walking Dead looking.
They had the monument. It looked like a regular. You ever been to San Francisco? That's what it looks like.
Boy, all right, San Francisco. We apologize. We dissed you, okay? But he goes to his house where I guess his daughter is still. His daughter's still alive, and she's super way older now than when he left, and a little bit more grown up. And he's like, he realizes how long he's been gone.
Yeah.
And I guess he puts two and two together, and he takes a trip to Avengers HQ, and he's him, Captain America, and Black Widow are talking about. I forgot what they were talking about.
Trying to get her to date.
Yeah. Talking about moving on, right? That's what it was, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And he's pressing the bell, and then Captain America's like, we've seen this in the trailer.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, is that an old video or something? He's like, no, that's the front door right now. So they're like, oh, snap. So fast forward, Scott Lang, they put two together, they talk shop. He figured out what happened, and he talks about the quantum realm. He says, "Listen, guys, we could use the quantum realm to our advantage and try and fix stuff.
Yeah, what if we can pinpoint?"
And then, of course, Bruce Banner. They find Bruce Banner because they need. Of course, Hank Pym's gone.
Yeah.
So they need some.
I think they tried.
They talked
Tony.
to Tony first.
They tried Tony first.
They did try Tony first, and
Tony's not with it.
Tony's not with it because he moved on. Like he got a daughter now.
He's Mr. Mom.
Yeah, he's Mr. Mom now.
Yeah.
Him and Pepper Potts have a daughter, and he's he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. So he even tells him like, "Hey, listen, you guys want to stay for lunch is cool, but if you want to talk, if you're gonna talk shop, it's not gonna work.
You gotta go.
You gotta go." So they move on. They find Banner, and Banner's figured out, which I kind of didn't like that. They didn't give us like he just appears. He's like the in between Hulk.
He's a combo. He's the perfect Hulk, I would say.
The perfect Hulk version, the with the smarts and the brawn.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of didn't explain like how he did it, but whatever.
They did.
Did they? He did. He's like,
you went to the
I solved the problem. I don't know. No, I didn't. Not yet. Not yet. We'll explain when the time was. I should have went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But so they get Hulk on board, right? And then I guess there's some things and some science to the way that time travel works in the Marvel universe. Which I actually read before in a comic book. There's actually real rules to that. Yeah? Yeah, like an old writer, comic book writer made those rules.
Okay.
That's like, that was how it worked. And some other writers messed it up later on in the future. But technically, that was the time travel rules of the Marvel Universe. Okay. Yeah. Which, what they explained was if, wherever you go in time, if you change something, it creates like alternate timeline, not necessarily makes you disappear. Like if I kill your grandfather, you don't disappear from existence. Yeah. It doesn't work like that. So
it certainly should.
Yeah, and they were like, and they were in the movie. They were like, so all that Back to the Future stuff wasn't real. Then it's like it was fake. It's like, sorry, it was for the movies. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. So Tony figures it out.
Yeah.
Tony figures out time travel.
Yeah, and because the problem was like, I guess I forget what they called it, but if you go back and forth through time, you age or de-age.
I don't know if they said that.
Yeah. Well, remember they sent him.
Yeah. And they were like, the baby, he
made a baby. Scotland came back as a baby or as an old man.
And he was like, such and such effect. Yeah. But that was science stuff. But yeah, Tony figures it out, and I guess he decides he's going to help, which is cool. And then they get on a mission, right?
Yeah.
Right after that.
Yeah. Well, the intermission was a little trip to go find Thor, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had to go find Thor.
And the Thor that we find is not the Thor that the females are looking for.
I love Fat Thor. It's probably my favorite thing of the movie.
Oh, man, I laughed so hard, man. Are you seeing all the posts of people talking like, oh, man, that's fat shaming, man? People making fun of Thor.
I haven't seen any of that. I love Fat Thor. Fat Thor was like the highlight of the film for me.
Oh, man. What I like is they kept that. What I think was missing a little bit from Infinity War was there a little bit, but that tongue-in-cheekness of Thor Ragnarok was really back.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Yeah, it was. It was. Thor was a great character in this. Yeah. He really set himself up for like I would watch more Thor movies.
Really?
Now, just based off of like his personality and everything. Yeah. He looks really good. It looks like a really good, interesting character right now. So. And they all go on their missions to get the stones from the past.
So they figure it out. They figure out what's the best time in the timeline to go get these stones that are in their perfect times, and they split up in teams.
Yep.
And they go after the stones. They take I forget the name of the planet that the Soul Stone is on. If
Vormir.
You remember, what is it called?
Vormir.
Yeah. And they run into, of course, the Red Skull there, and that's Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch, and they kind of have this like duel for who's going to sacrifice themselves for.
She bites it.
Yeah, and she bites it, so she's the first victim of Endgame. Yeah. Scarlet Witch. Yeah. So you think they're going to do that prequel movie?
I don't know.
Make another $1 million.
Why? I don't know.
Because why not, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Just do some Black Panther stuff.
Oh yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's going to happen.
Another one of those.
And then the Captain America, Iron Man was it as well, and Hulk. They go to the Battle of New York because there's two stones there at the same time, which is the Tesseract and the Scepter.
Yeah, Hulk ends up going to where Doctor Strange is.
Yes.
Where,
He goes,
well,
yeah, and the time. I'm sorry, the time
ancient
stone
one.
is also there because of Doctor Strange. But he runs instead of Doctor Strange, he runs to the ancient one, and she's like, hey, sorry, you're a little too early. Doctor Strange ain't here yet.
Yeah.
Or at least he's still a doctor down the street.
Yeah. But she eventually gives in. That's where he explains the difference.
Yeah, and explain. They have a little argument about the time and
Yeah.
about what they want to do, and she's kind of like, well, wait a second, you're gonna mess stuff up, and this is why. And she pumps the brakes on him, puts him in the spectral form,
Yeah. And then I think a big thing is when he tells her that Doctor Strange gave him the stone.
Yeah.
Like,
That was a little. I was like, man, he's supposed to be the best of us,
Yeah.
And so here, make it happen. That was pretty cool. I like that. I like that.
My favorite scene in this whole heist portion of getting the stones was Captain America fighting himself.
Yeah, you like that?
I really like that scene. Is when the two.
I want to be like, it was him, Chris Evans, and his stunt double doing the scene together.
Oh no, they just CGI.
Or,
I don't know.
You think so?
Probably a stunt double at some point. I don't know. But I thought it was cool that he was like.
I looked at some, and I've looked at some other Captain America movies that Chris Evans did do some of the fighting.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I like the fact that he was like, I could do this all day. He's like, yeah.
I know. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. I think the older Cap, technically older Cap, could have beaten the other one.
You think so?
I think he was just taking it light on him because he's more he's been fighting. The older Cap's been fighting Bucky and all this other stuff. So he's
he's like Bucky's alive.
Bucky's alive.
What?
Threw everything off.
What?
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a good. And then they messed up getting the stones.
Yeah, they messed up, which is a setup for. I'm guessing that's going to be a setup. Loki kind of grabs the Tesseract, right? Which is the space stone. The space stone, right?
Space stone. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's out. So I guess that created another alternate universe, right?
No.
You think so?
No.
I don't know. I don't even know how that works.
No, because they go back and put all the stones back.
Well, it happens after or before. I don't even know.
Yeah,
that's again part of it's a little bit of the problem I have with the movie, which is just me, my OCD. So anyway, I'm sure that whole him taking off with the space stone is going to be the premise of the Disney Plus show.
You think so?
If I was a betting man, I'd definitely bet $20 on it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know how interesting it would be like a retrospective Life of Loki TV show.
I think it'd be very interesting.
You think so?
You think about it, man. He's the god of mischief. And what all has he done?
Interesting.
I don't want to see him running around with that stone. I don't want to see that. I want this chapter closed.
What if like the characters are chasing him? Trying to fix it.
Don't want to see it.
No. Yeah?
No, not at all.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll see what happens Disney Plus, all right? Don't mess it up, okay?
So they go back to the 70s, 60s. No, it's the 70s. I believe.
Yes, because they lose that and they're like, man, we got to go back even farther to get the stone. So they go back to the 70s.
Yeah.
And so we get our little throwback to the Agent Carter TV show.
Yeah.
Right? In this scene because they're on the one of the bases that she's working on.
Yes. I think she's in there. They show her.
She's actually in there too. And he's looking for the stone or whatever.
They get the stones. Tony gets to talk to his dad. I like that moment.
Yeah, Tony talks to his dad.
I like that moment of Tony talking to his dad.
Yeah, and that was pretty dope. This, of course, is the abridged version, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get to the nitty gritty here. Okay?
Yeah. They all get their stones.
Yeah.
What's the name? Oh, the more important thing is Nebula. I don't know if we need to summarize the whole movie.
Yeah, I know.
Nebula. This is an interesting time thing. Nebula getting
caught, right?
Caught.
Yeah.
Because of there's two nebulas and they're working on the same network.
I kind of found that kind of lazy. Do you think?
I like that.
You liked it?
Yeah, it makes sense.
the cuss.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of freaking lazy.
Yeah, I like that actually.
But
I like that. Actually. It makes sense.
I take all these things. I don't own it, so
two computers with the same IP address. You'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Think about that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Or same email addresses at the same time, right? Or phone numbers, right?
SIM cards. What's going on? Yeah, I like
enough.
that. So they replace Nebula with the evil Nebula of the past.
Yeah. So when they come back with successful with everything, she sabotages it. What I don't like is like, how did Thanos figure out how to shrink everybody?
Yeah, it's a big plot hole.
Yeah.
It's just a big major plot hole.
He just had everybody in the ship and he figured out to insulate the ship.
It's just a big gigantic major plot hole.
They're just like, let's get to the nitty gritty, right?
Yeah, it's not just a major plot
hole. It's like, this movie's too long. We need to fast forward.
It's a flaw.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So
it's a major flaw.
So they take an L there. Yeah. You take an L there,
Yeah,
or they're going to
taking
fix
it,
that? What do you
definitely.
think?
No, they're not going to fix it.
I'm just going to say, look,
they're not fixing any of these things.
He's smarter than Tony Stark and Bruce Banner together. Okay,
it's over, people. Like people are thinking, like, oh, they're going to go back and no, it's over. Like stop
This is where my OCD kicks in. See, this is where I have problems with things like this. Okay,
film. Let's just move. So they Thanos is there.
Thanos is back, and he lights the whole place. Before that, they actually figure out how Tony, I guess, figures out how to make his own gauntlet right away.
Yeah.
So I guess he's as smart as Thanos as figuring out how to go travel in time right away.
I'm assuming he made the gauntlet before they left. I'm assuming they made. I don't think they got back.
He had a conversation like, okay, Thor, how did this stuff was made, and Thor told him, okay,
they studied the stones. You know what I mean? I'm assuming they did all this.
So he they just got some space ore because that's how they made it last time, right? That's how they made.
Yeah, but that was the elves using the dwarves using metal. Like they don't need space ore to make it. We don't know what the gauntlet's made out of. We have no clue what the gauntlet's made out of.
It's 2 plot holes, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not a plot hole.
You think so?
Tony just made
it's me OCD, man. I can't.
I don't think it's a plot hole. I'm pretty sure.
I need explanations for everything.
It took them time to figure out where all the stones were.
Right.
While they're doing that, Tony's figuring out how to make.
I think it was cool. Is like it's his own inventing gauntlet because like it forms whoever needs to wear it.
Yeah.
So Hulk says, okay, listen, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna do the reverse snap.
Yeah.
Because I got I could take the damage.
Yeah.
Better.
He said it's gamma radiation. Most of it's gamma radiation, which I realize if you watch Avengers, they bring in Dr. Banner because it emits the Tesseract has gamma radiation. So it's a consistent.
I forgot that.
It's a consistent.
No, I forgot
plot piece. Yeah,
I forgot that.
So much for your holes.
Well, they're there if you look hard enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he does the reverse snap, and everybody's like, "Oh man, does it work?" And then I think was it. Somebody looks out the window and sees all the birds chirping and the sun is out and he's like, it worked. And then Thanos lights up the whole place.
Well, this is a good moment because Hawkeye is one of my favorite Avengers.
Yeah.
He gets the phone call
from
his wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is some nonsense right here. This part.
Yeah.
Thanos hits him with the missiles. Ant-Man should be dead, man. It looked like he got hit directly with a missile.
It looked like he shrunk so fast that
that was ridiculous.
I don't know.
But I did like it. I did like the intensity of it, and it was like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, like, man, they lit him up. Like, who just died right now? I was like, yo, at least 2 people died right now. I was like, at least
we were wrong.
Yeah.
Second victim of Endgame, old school Nebula.
Yeah, old school Nebula took an L.
Catches the L.
Yeah. And that was interesting because the new school Nebula, the one who's the hero now, or at least has a conscience now. Like makes things good with her sister, which is the old Gamora.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting dynamic we'll get into later when we talk about the battle.
Yeah.
But this is not the same Gamora who Thanos sacrificed. You know.
Yeah, that Gamora.
So this is a Gamora that hasn't met, the Guardians of the Galaxy. All that plot hasn't happened to her.
Yeah. Right before that, they just showed Ronin. I think was the last thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They did have a little Ronin.
Yeah. So here's the big battle now. Thanos is sitting on a rock waiting for him to catch his fade. For some other Dragon Ball Z nerds, it's very very much like Cell.
Yeah.
Cell sat in the desert and was like, "I'll give y'all 14 days to come run my fade. I want to see what's up." Thanos is sitting there waiting for smoke.
Yeah, he was waiting. But actually, he was just chilling because he wasn't even really that mad. He was just like,
no, he was chilling.
He was still on his like, I'm gonna kill half the people and it's all good.
I got my magic twin blade sword. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I have that, and I'm ready.
There's another plot hole. See, I want explanation. How did he get that weapon?
How did he? Why you want an explanation of how he got that weapon?
I need explanation for everything, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you want? Thanos' workout program? You notice one of his elbows was ashy.
I want to know where he got
happened
it.
there.
What the whole motivation was for that.
Speedy, you're going to
anyway. So let's stay focused. Battle ensues, right? For the hunt for the gauntlet. Hawkeye gets some kick butt moments.
Yeah,
because he's like carrying a football.
Yeah, yeah.
The hot football.
Hot football. Yeah.
The hot potato, should I say? And he has some good action moments there.
Well, the big thing
under the rubble
is I think right here. But Hawkeye with the football, and Thor, Cap, and Tony fighting Thanos.
Oh yeah. Before that, in the heist, Thor actually goes back, which it makes me laugh. Like we had to endure probably one of the worst movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, at least for like 15 minutes.
What?
Thor 2: The Dark World, because that's where they had to go to get one of the stones.
Yeah, but
I think that was such a trolling of them. I think it was.
It was good though.
It was great though.
That moment
it was like, oh, you
great.
hate Thor 2?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
It's all part of it. Yeah.
It's all part of the plan.
Great. It was great.
It's like, oh, you think Iron Man 3 was a little weak?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It was kind of part of the plan too. You know. Like,
yeah. But
we'll get into later.
This part bothered me when Thor got the hammer.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Why is he getting this hammer? What's he doing? That's completely going to mess up your timeline.
Right.
Why is he taking the hammer?
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing? That doesn't make any sense.
I thought that too. It was like, yo, he just like ruined it up.
Yeah.
Just
so when they go
whatever.
to fight Thanos, he's got both hammers, which is cool. But it just didn't make sense. And
at the time,
we know later why they did it, but it still doesn't make sense.
It's fan service, I guess.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. Fan service. So they had their fight, and Thanos is still winning. Like they still can't beat him.
Yeah.
He has 0 stones.
Well, no, it cut to it because right there where they actually now we hit the situation. We had the situation where Captain America is by himself, right? Everybody's been separated. He gave a couple fades to Thor and Iron Man, and Captain America's by himself. And Thanos breaks the shield, and then that's where we get the famous battle and the rejoin of everybody who was snapped away to come back.
Yeah. Well, we can't skip.
Yeah.
Cap using the hammer.
No, we cannot. Yeah, he was using a hammer.
Yeah, he's about to stab. Thanos is about to stab Thor through the chest the same way he got stabbed. In comes Cap with the hammer.
Yeah.
Great moment.
It was.
I just wish I could have seen him pick the hammer up.
Yeah, that would
instead
have
of
cool.
it starting to fall. But it was a good moment.
I guess I cut it for time.
Yeah.
So and then the whole crew, the Marvel Cinematic Universe crew comes through.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange and all the sorcerers, all the guys pissed off from nowhere because they blew it up.
Yeah.
Or Thanos blew it up. Yeah. That's where the aliens with all the guns. They were they were the guys from nowhere. From the Guardians of the Galaxy, from the little
from
planet.
nowhere.
Yeah, that's what the planet's called.
I didn't see anybody from nowhere in this battle.
Yeah, that was right there when the Wasp was standing there like that. Right behind her was Howard the Duck and a bunch of aliens.
I didn't notice that.
It was literally for like a second, like 2 seconds.
I didn't notice
and if you weren't paying attention, you missed it.
I didn't notice.
Yeah,
I saw all the Wakanda people. I didn't notice the.
Yeah, the Wakandas came and they represented.
Yeah,
it was beautiful, man. It was literally like a comic book annual. If they took it and they put it in a movie form, that's exactly what happened.
It's a gigantic poster they put in. Spider-Man coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So big battle. Everybody gets a shine. Scarlet Witch almost fades Thanos and splits him in half.
Yeah. She was working Thanos out.
Yeah, she was. And that Thanos was like, yo, rain fire from the ship, and his homeboy was like, hey, you're gonna kill our troops. He's like, I don't care, I'm taking an L right now.
Yeah.
And then that happens, and then Captain Marvel comes in for the save.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
That was a pretty good fight, Captain Marvel and Thanos.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And she almost faded him too, but until he pulled the
smart move.
The space, or was it the Power Stone? I think
the Power Stone.
Power Stone.
Zapping her with it. Smart move. Yeah.
Yep. And then still got the hot potato in play, which is the Infinity Gauntlet. They're trying to. I guess,
he's fight. By the time he fights Captain Marvel, he has it on.
They tried to return it to the quantum realm, and the van blew up. I guess somebody blew it up.
Oh yes, yeah.
And
right.
then it's still the hot potato still in play, and then they're trying not to have Thanos get it, and then he finally gets it.
Yeah.
And I guess Iron Man intervenes.
Well, he fights Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
She goes down. He intervenes. Yeah.
Yeah, he intervenes, and then he's got it on. He knocks Iron Man out. He says, "I am inevitable." Snaps his fingers, and he's shooting blanks because and then he looks at his hand. He's missing the gems, and then cut to Iron Man. Iron Man's got it in his suit, and it's forming. And then he goes, "I am Iron Man." Makes the snap. And I love the scene, like the scene when he snaps away all Thanos' people and Thanos. Right before Thanos dies, he just sits down and he's like, man, I can't believe I just lost, man.
Yeah.
And then
he just took that. He was like, well.
Yeah.
You ever got a whipping when you were a kid and you were like, I did do it.
Yeah.
What you say I did do. So let me just take this. Take this whooping.
Man, such a great movie, man.
And then we lose Tony.
We lose Tony though, man, because he's just a normal human being, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was good until Pepper was like, "You can rest." I said, "Oh." I got a little. I was like, "Man,"
a little emotional. Yeah,
not emotional, but it was just like, "Oh man, that's the end of a."
I was expecting people to die, so that was
I expected more people to die, to be honest.
And then we got the funeral, the "I Love You 3000" with the daughter.
Yeah.
And that was tough. Oh, we had every single character. And what I noticed is one of the characters that was in the back was the boy that helped him in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Until somebody explained it to me. I was like, oh, snap. And then I went back, fast forward to Iron Man 3. I was like, it is that. Yeah. It's the same actor, too.
Is it the same actor? Okay. I wonder if they're going to do anything with him.
I think so.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's uncharted territory right now.
Yeah,
so.
I just want these. I want this to be over.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen. But then Captain America goes go back into the quantum realm to return everything. So there's not any
including
more crazy.
the hammer that Thor took for no reason, for cinematic reasons.
Yeah. And he's going back to fix stuff. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't come back. But then he comes. This scene confuses me because his best buddy is like, go talk to him.
Yeah.
To Falcon, like he kind of knows already.
Yeah.
Like
because
what?
I think when he had the conversation with him before, he kind of says like, I'm gonna miss you. Like I know you're not coming back.
Dang.
Yeah. He said I'm gonna miss you. Like he knew he wasn't coming back. This is the biggest plot hole in the world for me, right here.
But see, like this whole thing of him returning and fixing whatever it is he supposedly fixed. That's a TV show right there.
I don't want to see that. Speedy, stop.
Yeah,
nobody wants to see that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna happen.
No one wants to see Captain America returning stone. It just sounds boring and stupid. No one wants to see that.
It's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, dude.
It's gonna happen.
This over phase. This is what you call
Disney
phases.
got billions of dollars from this movie. They're gonna just cut the check.
They're not
Chris
going
Evans,
to
when you
make
come
a
to
movie
this,
of Chris
it's
Evans
gonna be all good.
returning stones. Nobody wants.
We
just saw that. Nobody wants.
He's gonna say, "Oh, you want me to do it? Sure, cut me the check."
We got Black Panther. We got Spider-Man. We got
Oh,
nobody
man.
wants to see this.
Guys, go see if you haven't seen it. Just go see it. And,
although we've summarized the
whole entire film because it was so dope. As a complete body of work, you need to watch both movies back to back. I feel.
Yeah, that's a lot of
hours.
I would not advise you to do that.
at least one day watch the one, and the other day watch the other one.
Yeah, I would not advise you to watch this back to back unless you're a very, very lonely person.
Man. I wanted to talk a little bit about Game of Thrones, but we gotta. I think we're out of time for today.
Yeah,
and let's just leave a little footnote of Game of Thrones there. That was another crazy battle by itself.
Epic, yeah.
Whoever made the battle plan for the Battle of Winterfell needs to not be in the war room anymore.
It was a good plan.
It was good until the Rocky got killed.
It was a good, solid plan. You just thought they were going to fare better.
Yeah, no. Whoever thought that plan was...
I thought they were going to... It makes complete sense.
Nah,
we'll talk about it next show.
Yeah, we'll get it. And then we'll probably get about whatever happens in the next season, next episode, should I say.
Yeah.
Sunday, we'll get into both of those things. So we'll let you guys mull more on Game of Thrones, and we'll get to that in the future show here at a Geek Culture Congress. Of course, Tarik, let them know everything you got going on in
my name is
your
Tarik.
life.
Hit me up on YouTube. I got some videos being uploaded, and so I'm going to some festivals.
Oh,
soon,
nice.
So,
nice.
We'll see what's going to happen.
Very cool. Of course, you can follow my nocturnal life as a DJ at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. And follow us, like us, Geek Culture Congress on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yes.
Give us a review wherever you're listening to this podcast. If it's on iTunes, if it's on Facebook, if it's on YouTube, give us a review. That helps us become more searchable and discoverable to other people.
And
improve, hopefully, yes. And if you don't like us, we'll take criticism and then make fun of you after. Okay?
Yeah, probably.
Signing off, Geek Culture Congress, Speedy Jr. I was gonna say Tony Stark.
Yeah, thank you.
May Tony Stark rest in peace. Tarik Lewis. Till next time, hopefully Joey Franchise will make time from his busy schedule to join us.
Snapped away.
I hope not. We need to find out.
Nobody knew.
We need to find out.
Yeah.
Let's walk into the next studio and see if you should wait for him to show up. Where were you? Where were you, Joey? See you guys next week. Game of Thrones.
All right.
Only. Okay? Promise.